What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with a title called Dunebound Tactics. In Dunebound Tactics, you are the crew of a landship that's trying to go out into the Wasteland to scavenge as many resources as possible and bring them back to the last city that the post-apocalyptic people live inside of so that you can build new facilities, get access to new utilities, and make your team stronger. It's a game that's got like strategy influences, XCOM influences, roguelite stuff in there, RPG mechanics, and so I figured it was fertile ground for a video. Today we're going to be taking a look at it for about 30 minutes and seeing if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. That's perfectly fine. A link to the playtest is down below. I don't know if they're taking people right now. I got in due to my job, but they may just be letting anybody in. I'm not really too sure about that one. You'll have to check the Steam page on out. But for now, let's dive straight on into it. So what you're seeing at the moment is combat. Every time you get drawn into a battle, this is exactly what it's going to look like. You've got your team. They move around on a square grid in between cover. The enemy has their team. Everybody has abilities that they can play for certain amounts of AP along the way. So you will want to pay attention to what all your different classes do. And speaking of classes, there are a lot of classes in this game. There's a ton of classes in this game. I think I've done 4 or 5 runs now, and every single run I've seen new classes either in my starting configuration or in what I can hire from the tavern. This guy over here, I think I can shoot those. I think. This guy right here has a strength buff on him though, and strength in this game is pretty strong. So we need to do something about this. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I can shoot these. These are volatile and they blow up if you hit them, but I don't know if his gun can shoot it. So like I'm a little bit stuck right now on my tactical choices. He has 3 abilities. He can increase people's power and movement. It looks like he can shoot his gun. Or, okay, well let's, oh, I was gonna increase his power and movement. Damn. All right, well just shoot that guy right there with your machine gun. It'll be fine. Can you blast that? I strongly suggest you blast that. There we go, good stuff. And as you can see, the game has a big terraforming element to it. The game wants you to be erecting barricades and blowing them up. There's different elements and things like that that make it more or less effective. He dodged, that's the worst. I wish that he had not dodged. That makes my life complicated. See, because now they're trundling the hell out of my mage. Let's go a shot on him to hopefully kill him off. You need to fall back, I think. But I don't know if you can get anywhere that's actually, like, useful. I would prefer to move and then also do an attack, but it doesn't want to do that for me. Oh, this guy's gonna body you. Okay. Fall back behind the marine, I guess. There's no attacks of opportunities, so we'll just, like, give it a go. Let's start this guy off with a firebolt. He dodged it. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's put down a toughness field, like right here. Because toughness makes it so that you take 20% less damage per point, which is pretty monumental. Just deal damage to him right there, and you're just going to be in, like, battle stab cutty fight mode. See that the difference right there? You see the difference on how much less damage they took? That takes 1 AP, so go ahead and heal her up real quick while we're inside the field. And then, can you shoot from right there? You can. I guess give him the blappers for right now. You stay right inside that field. This seemed to work out pretty well last time. So we'll build a pillar right there. You need to finish off your 1v1 with this guy before you can come help. She should be able to last another turn now that we have the defensive buff up. Maybe. Yeah, they'll be alright. We'll be alright. Shoot that. And you drop a little bit of fire on that nerd. There we go. A little bit of the old zesty fire on him. Hopefully this is the kill right here. Unless he gets a dodge, it should be. You may have noticed that when guys die, they turn into like stone statues. That's because everything in this universe functions on a currency called Helios, which is kind of like the spice from Dune. It powers engines, you use it to fuel magic and cast at the enemies, and so having Helios is a really good idea. It looks like we got some XP right there, so all of our frontline guys leveled up. We'll talk about what positions in combat mean as we get further into the game. In fact, we'll probably talk about it next combat now that we have a backline guy. But Gerald leveled up and got a little bit more HP, power and toughness shifted around, and got an ability called Napalm, which deals damage to up to 6 targets. It looks like Mui over here, our Marine, got an ability called Displacement Shot that deals 4 damage, pushes the enemy back, and if they hit anything, they take even more damage. And it looks like Felicia just got a bunch of HP and toughness. So that'll work for now. I don't know how much Helios we got out of that fight, but we got 50. Oh, and we got a new character, a warrior. Nice. Okay, so swap in a warrior over here, put her in the med bay, put this guy in the med bay. And then, what are you? You're a spell sword? That'll have to work. What does Gluttonous do? So when you start the game out, all of your characters, they start out with randomized traits that are on them. And so for our warrior, a really good idea. How much Helios do I have? 142. Let me see where I'm at with Helios after we hit these ruins on this side. Because sometimes you get a bunch of Helios from the ruins and sometimes you don't. And I'd like to see how this is going to look for us. So we've got a chest right here. Stroke of Luck can be collected without any risk. You see the little stopwatch clocks up here? The little stopwatch clocks are how many events you can pick before they expire. So I'll take that. That gave us 50 fuel. That's good because we are abundantly low on fuel right now. I'll take a yellow risky event on this side. It's a combat, but actually that's not that bad because we'll get a bunch of Helios out of the combat, and the Helios is what I need really badly to make the next hop. I found that fuel efficiency in this game is incredibly difficult, like making sure you always have enough fuel to do the things you want to do is a challenge. So these guys right here in the post-apocalyptic universe, they are basically Helios elementals. They're people that were wounded so badly or starving so badly that they succumb to the Helios and they become sort of these stone golems that just maraud and ravage around murdering people. I'm gonna move you to right here. Displacement shot on him. He got pushed, knocked him down nicely. You on this side, take aggro, wipe one of them out. Good hit, love to see it. Spellblade needs you to do the exact same thing. We need to thin the field. There's way too many enemies around. Tiny little hit right there that didn't really sting that much. Also, that one didn't sting that much. So it looks like they gave us a bit of a gimme fight with this ambush. That's nice, though, because I just want the Helios. Perfect. If I attack this, do I get more Helios? You do. So we want to collect this before... Yeah, get that overlap right there. Fall back over here, too. I want to see how this works. Yeah, there we go. Now we're collecting fuel. You stay where you're at, but heal yourself, so I don't have to put anybody in the med bay. Aw, bummer. Okay, come over here then and heal him, because I don't really want to put people in the med bay right now. I'm being a little bit cornbally at the moment. Do I collect all the Helios after they die if we finish the combat like that? We don't. Okay, so that actually changes up the tactics a little bit too. I don't know how I didn't notice that in my last couple runs, that you've got to collect the Helios off the dead guys. I know I saw it happening, but I guess I was so focused mechanically on picking the next ability or doing the right thing that I just didn't pay attention very well. Our warrior got Bull Rush, which is a great ability that allows you to clear out cover. 100% take that. What do we end up with in terms of Helios here? 50? Okay, I can live with that. And then we've got one more event we can take on this side. Well, we're not that wounded, so let's go for it. We got a new character, and he is a Warden. The Warden is this game's equivalent of a Paladin. I think we already have one. That's the guy that drops the shield that gives everybody a whole bunch of protection and minimizes the amount of damage they're going to take. If you've got him in the back line, so we'll talk about that now. Everybody has backline abilities. They're kind of like limit breaks. Your guys in the back line, every X amount of turns, they're able to do a sort of, not like a super attack, but something supplemental that helps the team out and sort of keeps you going. So it might be something like they drop a bunch of landmines. It might be something like they teleport one of your characters anywhere on the map that you want them to go. But they are strong abilities that fundamentally change the lay of the land and allow you to cheat a little bit, I guess, in order to get the upper hand on the enemy. You may have noticed while playing this that there are a lot of frame chuggies. This game does indeed have a lot of frame chuggies. Performance is one of those things that this game is definitely going to need to sort out before they go to a commercial release. I don't see any way that they release it in the current state of chugginess. I don't know if it's just due to my hardware. It may be that the game's just not optimized for my personal hardware, but with the current amount of chuggies and whatnot that the game has and frame stops that the game has, they're definitely... Oh, I don't want to go out in the sandstorm. Let's just keep going this way and see where we end up. I think we're going to run out of gas. But, well, there's a stop right here. Maybe I can get something right there to keep us going. It's tough to say. An event. Okay. Let's take the event. You wake up and your head is buzzing. The last thing you remember was setting up camp and not checking for spies. Now thick walls surround you and the crew and a metal door is blocking your way. Around you, there's a small squad of Imperial troopers. They are being praised by a hollow man in red, dark spiders engraved on his hands. He turns to face you. What great pleasure when ordinary citizens like you volunteer to uphold their duty in training our troops. Don't speak, just win and I will let you go. Thin walls, bull rush it. You get yourself up by leaning on the wall and realize they're thin. Too thin. One glance at your warrior across the room and they immediately know what's up. Now, you shout. They charge past the walls, raising a huge dust cloud, and the mess helps you escape. Sweet, but we didn't get any gas for that, so that might be a little bit problematic. I think we're gonna have... So if you run out of gas, you've got to do like a sudden death fight, where you just get swarmed by enemies and you've got to survive it in order to get your gas back. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're hard. We'll see what we get. They can be group wipers or they can be gimmies. It's kind of all over the place. Balance is another thing that I think they need to see to with the game. So in our last stand, it's one of the hard ones, I think. So enemies are going to arrive from the east. There's an elementalist down there. There's an ice warden right there. We need to pick a direction and go for it. The good news is on last stands, we get to play with all of our characters. So everybody is in the battle, not just the 3 that we have in the front lines. So we'll fire a shot at him. I would like you to run over this way and then drop a bomb on him. We're trying to create a safe spot right now that we can fight from. Can you bull rush that far? You can. Hell yeah. Okay, so the bull rush worked out great. Now everybody else, run the hell away and force the enemy to waste a turn moving so that we get an open on them. Although these guys have a very long range, so they may still be able to get to us. Oops, I had the wrong character selected. Well, that's not ideal. You come around the back and regroup with everybody else. Okay, Ice Warden couldn't do anything on their turn. That's really good for us. Elementalist could, though. Used a death ray on us, unfortunately. You move over to here. What does that do? It inspires people. You move over to here. Give him a little bit of an opening salvo shot. You move over to here. And how does this work? Hold and drag. That works for me. Woohoo! Yep, performance, man. Performance needs some serious work, but it is a cool looking game. You just buff yourself right there because I want to collect that Elios. And then Warden, you get down here, and I'm going to have you put down a defense field just kind of in the open on this side, I think. We'll close up on this side. Let's get the defensive field now rather than later. I have a lot of Wardens now that I'm looking. I've got a ton of Wardens. Okay, I don't have to worry if I lose one then. Death is permanent in this game for anybody. So you start out with 3 guys. Your starting 3 guys don't die instantly when they hit the ground. They can be resurrected. But anybody that you add after your starting 3 guys dies instantly when they go down to 0 HP. That's been at least my impression of how the mechanic works. Let's keep you... Let's move you down to here. Displacement shot. Good stuff. I think they have to come around this way, so let's get started with some volatile pillars over here. So we'll go volatile pillars right there to block their path. You hang tight and just do your thing. You move down into this little scrum right here. And deck that guy. Good stuff. Oh, wow, your movement is, like, really bad. I didn't realize how bad that warden's movement was. Okay. We'll have to figure out a solution to that problem. Move down here and just bop this elementalist real quick. Oh, that dodge was really poorly timed, and I hate it. Oh, good. The AI, well, I mean, the AI is stuck, so it's not as bad as it could be. But the AI also does need work. I've seen that almost every single run where the AI gets stuck on something and they just kind of sit there pacing back and forth. Now that he's all done with his siphoning of these guys' energies, let's just get everyone grouped up. And if I have someone with a heal around, I would like them to drop that heal. Okay, those guys broke free. Arctic Blade is up on us already. He moves pretty quickly. The Frostmancer has me a little worried too. I don't know what he's going to do. Just like a basic magic attack. I think I can live with that. You move white over here. We'll focus this guy down first. Oh no, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I was fiddling with it. So they need to have some kind of confirmation on that where you like click out the locations and then it's like, are you sure? That would make that a lot more tolerable. Yeah, you bull rush the Frostmancer, I guess. I don't know what the rest of my plan is here, but that seems alright for me. Can't blink strike to there unless you scooch over to here. Let's put some pressure on them. Oof, that movement is terrible. Put a big bopper on you. Okay. Resisted the attack. That's great for us. Spellsword seems to have a chin on her, which is nice too. He just had his turn negated. Cone of Cold going out right there. And then there's a default attack on that side. This guy actually needs to go. Let me put a little bit of health on you. I don't want to lose my warden right now. You come down this way. I technically could volatile pillar right there, but I don't think it's a good idea. Let's go volatile pillars right there. Finish him off. Okay. Put a little bit of smoke on this dude. You're finally mobile. Get over here and drop a totem right there to give everybody some toughness. Lost our turn from the stun on that side, but they seem to be holding the ground okay. That was a cleave. It reduced the damage a little bit. I'll take it. It's not perfect, but it's something. Put some machine gun fire on that guy. You know what to do. Good stuff. All right, so that guy's now dead. You come over here and finish off the arc blade. Ugh, the dodges. The dodges. They are becoming something of a headache. Definitely. That's a really sturdy spell sword. I don't know why that spell sword's so sturdy, but that spell sword is sturdy as hell. You come down here and get ready to absorb the Elios. You maybe move wide to help out with this. Hopefully we finish him right here. There we go. We should get a lot of XP for that. That should be a pretty good gainer. Oh, but it's still only the frontline guys get XP. Bummer. Okay, so we got 110 in total, so it looks like we get about 10 from each guy that we absorb. That's really good information, although I didn't see a pop-up or anything saying that we got 10. Maybe it was there and I just missed it. You go to the med bay. You go to the med bay. My med bay is entirely bogged down with Paladin right now. So you guys heal up the best you can, and our next fight might be a little slow boaty. Oh, we leveled up to 3. Nice. And we're almost out of fuel again, too, but we're about to get a module from this side. If you don't know what a module is, and you probably don't because I haven't explained what a module is yet, every single character has 2 slots on them. Inside those 2 slots, you can put a thing called a module. Modules can be stolen from Imperial research installations, or you can buy them with meta currency in between runs. Once you have them, I think you just have them permanently. And so they do fun things like make your character take 40% less damage, or make your character move 2 tiles further on their turn. They do lots of little fun things that are incredibly useful. I want you... Oh, he's in the wrong spot. Damn. Okay. And just shoot him then. I was gonna say, maybe we get like a crit or something and it solves this problem for me. And with you... Maybe bull rush him, because that still leaves you inside the absorption area for both of those triangles. You finish that one off, and we'll just kind of fight from where we are. Brokens are really, really slow. They can't move very far on the map, and so we can kind of kite them out and make it easy on ourselves. Machine gun him. Should have done the knockback attack. He's got to stay where he's at because I want to absorb that Elios. You move to there, I guess, so you're inside the overlap for both of these. Perfect. That guy died, I guess. I don't know how he died, but I guess he's dead. Do we have some kind of like reflective thorns ability on this guy? What does this guy have? I don't know. That guy died though, and I don't know why he died. I don't see any like thorn style ability inside his character sheet, but that guy definitely died. Maybe it was like an attack of opportunity or something going past that guy, but I haven't seen anybody with an attack of opportunity yet. Interesting. We've got lesser powerful, so it gives 1 power. Okay, but it's probably cheaper to inscribe. If you wanted to add those modifiers to these characters, you do it through right here. It costs you 15 Elios to add one of these to your characters for the run. So check your gas tank before you do it, otherwise it may have unfortunate consequences. You move over to there. Spellblade's still doing okay. Let those ones heal. And we should be all right. Let's turn this big boat around, and we'll sail off in this direction. It should leave a wake of sand behind your ship when you move forward. Just in my humble opinion, that would be something that I would like to see very, very much. A bunch of events over here. So we can destroy an enemy barracks. We can recruit characters. We can go to the hot springs and heal everybody. We've got situations on this side. This one right here is a situation that looks like it gives an ability. Oh, it gives a perk that makes you dodge a lot more and crit a lot more, but you move a lot less. Okay. So let's take a situation. Move, scum, shouts a rugged voice in the distance. You hear chains rattling. They mingle with a child's cries for help. Why treat a child like that? Damn Imperials, you mutter, weighing your next move. We can engage, we can leave, or we can use... Oh, we have guys with telepathy, dude. They're not in my front line, though. I don't think. Do we? Maybe it was my last run that I had like 3 or 4 guys that could all use telepathy. Ah, well, with mind powers, it all bleeds together, doesn't it? We have to save people from the Imperials, right? We're supposed to be the good guys. And I don't think the good guys walk away from morally unambiguous situations like this. In an unjust world like this one, justice lies in the hands of the willing. You turn the ship around. As you peek above a dune, you see the squad and they see you. This is the only justice you will serve, the one that ends in blood. Let's see how bad this is, because Imperial fights tend to be kind of chunky and difficult. So we'll see what the Imperials field here. They usually have a lot of guys that can fire through cover and ignore that you're behind stuff. So what do they have? They have a soldier, they have a nascent, and they have a knight initiate. That's not that bad. I think we should be able to cover up over here and keep ourselves safe. Spell sword, heal yourself for right now. Or I guess heal the spell sword. Whoever's going to heal the spell sword, heal the spell sword. Spell sword, let's get all in behind cover on this side. We do have blink attack, which might have some useful tactical advantages here. We've got Fire Geyser in our back line, so that should be helpful. Set up our totem real quick. Okay. And now we wait and see what these guys do. The Nascent stopped right there, which means that he has line of sight from right there. Probably have one more turn before they close with us. Technically, I could displacement shot him and deal a bunch of damage. I gotta do it, man. He didn't get pushed, but it still looked cool. I love the destructive effects in this game. The way that everything fragments and flies all over the place really implies the plosive power of the ability that you're using. Acid Lance. Oh, he dodged it. Nice. Okay, you guys have your jobs. You know what to do. Keep shooting at their riflemen. You blink strike the knight. And then paladin. There's nowhere for you to sit where you'll still get your buff. But it's okay. We're off on the road right now. Like, we're moving, and it seems like they're dead set at shooting at the Marine. It must not be he must have the lowest toughness if he doesn't have this buff on him, and that's how it's deciding who to kill. Just keep firing from right there. That's okay by me. Spell sword, we're really low on gas. So if you can get up here and engage while still absorbing that man's flesh and incorporating it into our gas tank, I'll appreciate you. My Marine's getting chunked right now. I like him a lot, but we're going to have to put him inside the back lines, me thinkies. Help out with him. He's squishier. Yeah. Yeah, good crit. I'm proud of you, G. You are going to do something unsuspected here and pass your turn so that I can absorb their gasoline straight out of their booty cheeks. Oh, some of them have multi-drain because it did the drain animation right there. Sick. They got level 3, so this guy's got flashbang. It lowers the enemy's accuracy. That's going to be great. You got Omni Slash, blinks to 6 targets and deals 8 base damage. So it's the anime thing where they go and teleport all over the place. Sick, dude. But Dunebound Tactics, this one is very promising. The principal issues that they need to sort out is that the performance of the game is very, very chunky. The game is frequently just lagging the hell out and taking a second to reload itself. Aside from that, I did find a lot of typos inside. I think the game is in the progress of being either translated or localized right now, because for the most part, the grammar and spelling seems perfectly fine, but there are rare events that I'm guessing they haven't gotten to yet that are almost not legible in English. So I would keep an eye on that. The AI also needs to be sorted out. Sometimes they get stuck and they just kind of stutter step. And eventually they always get unstuck, but still, I think it's because there's an enemy in a position they want to be in. But other than that, it's a cool idea for a game, man. It's basically FTL, but you get to pilot a giant landship, and who doesn't love that? It's got enough of the XCOM mechanics in there, and I like the terraforming and the blowing stuff up and detonating the screen things that it allows you to do as well. And so there's a lot to like here. We'll see what happens when the game comes out. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with Dunebound Tactics. Tomorrow, we'll probably be fooling around with something else. if there's any games to play. It's pretty slow until the Steam Next Fest. I've been taking a lot of days off lately because there are no games up to my quality control standard. Legitimately. Usually I have a waiting list that's like a month out, and for the last 2 months, it has been a real scrape to get anything on in there that I feel like people want to see. So anyways, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, and that's all I got for you.